is told, the question is, the nature of Anandamaya Kosha described in Vedanta in different ways. Sometimes it's told as a state of ignorance. Sometimes it's told as Brahman. Okay. So what is the reality? Now, the teaching of Vedanta is, there are two aspects of teaching of Vedanta. One is telling about Mithyatva, unreality. And another is telling of Satyatva, telling Satya and Mithya. There are two ways of teaching Vedanta, giving Vedantic teaching. So, Jagat Mithya, the world is unreal, is told. Then Brahma Satya is told. Brahman is real. Then it's told, Jagat is also Brahman. The world is also Brahman. Sarvam Khaluida Brahma, all this is Brahman, is also told. First you start with saying Jagat is Mithya. Then you are saying all this is Brahman. So there's other than Brahman, there's nothing is there in the world. Is there anything in the world which is not Brahman? So from that perspective, Anandamaya Kosha is Brahman. When Sarvam Khalida Brahma is Brahman, Anandamaya Kosha is Brahman. Not only Anandamaya Kosha, everything in the world is Brahman. The stone, the plants, river, animals, sun, moon, your body, your mind, your intellect, your waking state is Brahman. Because Sarvam Khalida Brahma. From that perspective, Anandamaya Kosha is Brahman. Agreed or not agreed?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Right? It is like saying the water appears as a wave, ocean, bubble, and foam. So, one statement which I say, the bubble is water, the wave is water, okay, foam is water. There's nothing other than water in the ocean. So, from that perspective, everything is Brahman, including Anandamaya Kosha. Sarvam Khaluida Brahma, we have to apply there to understand Anandamaya Kosha. Correct? So now, the other part is there. Jagat Mithya, which started with Jagat Mithya. Mithya means unreal. Mithya means what changes. Right? So what changes is Mithya, unreal. Now for whom it's unreal? One who has not found what is real. One who has not found Brahman, Jagat can still be Mithya only, because he has not found Satya. So for him, we have to tell him the name and form are unreal. Anything which changes is unreal. We have to tell, so that he can find the reality by discrimination. So for him, it is told that Anandamaya Kosha is a temporary, it is changing state. What changes is not real. So from that perspective, Anandamaya Kosha is changing state. Now for whom is the teaching given? Is the teaching given to the sleeping person, or is the teaching given to waking up person? The teaching is always for the waking person, because jnana he has to get. The teaching person doesn't get jnana, because there's no possibility of jnana in the sleeping person. So the waking person has ideas about the world. So the waking person has an idea that sleep is a state of ignorance. I don't know anything in the sleep. That's the idea of a waking state person. Okay. So then for the waking state person, one who says, I don't know anything in the world, I am ignorant in the sleep, I cannot say no. He is ignorant because he does not know he is Atma in the deep sleep state. I am the Atma, I am Brahman has to be known in the waking state, not in the deep sleep state. Deep sleep state, there's no knowledge possible because mind is resolved. So deep sleep state, there's no knowledge possible, there's no ignorance possible also in the deep sleep state. Okay. The knowledge and ignorance come up in the waking state. But waking state knowledge and ignorance, when you go to deep sleep state, it gets resolved. That means it goes into dormant condition, comes up. The deep sleep state is per se, there's no acquisition of knowledge or ignorance. In the deep sleep state, I don't know myself, I am Brahman, I don't know. If I know I am Brahman in the waking state, the deep sleep also is a dormant condition, I am Brahman, knowledge will be there. Okay. For the waking state person, we have to point out, because he has not already realized the Satya. For him, Mithya has to be pointed out first. The deep sleep state, you have to point out, is changing. And the changing state is, what changes is Mithya. What does not change is Satya. For him, the Mithya aspect of deep sleep state has to be pointed out. So, the Mithya aspect of deep sleep state is pointed out for somebody who is in ignorance. Somebody who has come out of the ignorance, it is pointed out that Mithya, deep sleep is not Mithya, deep sleep is Brahman only. Sarvam Khalu the Brahma has to be told. So it is a question of whom am I telling, when? Okay. So then the knowledge is always for the waking state person. For the waking state person, Atma Dnana, non-duality, the knowledge of non-duality means in the deep sleep state, there's no ignorance he has to know. He thinks deep sleep state is a state of ignorance because he can't understand consciousness. So for him, you have to tell deep sleep state is ignorance. He says we have to agree because his understanding we cannot counter immediately. So deep sleep state is a state of ignorance. For him, we have to say. Okay, he has not understood it's Brahman. It is a state of ignorance. Then he say the deep sleep state is also a state of happiness, Ananda. Then we have to point out it's Anandamaya. Ananda is changing there. So this is the understanding of a waking state person. At first level, it's accepted. Then that acceptance, that we cannot deny it immediately because that's his experience. So then you are countering that. You are countering what he understands. You are asking him, in deep sleep state, what was there? He says, nothing was there. So that means you have awareness of nothing. So that means awareness was there. So you are pointing out presence of awareness in deep sleep state. Then you ask him, did you exist in deep sleep? He will say, I exist in deep sleep. That means Sat is there. Awareness is there. Chit is there. Initially he said, nothing is there. I'm not aware. I'm ignorant. Now he is excited, Sat and Chit. Now the question is, Ananda is there or not? So the person deep sleep, the person says, Ananda was there in deep sleep state. So your nature of Sat, Chit, Ananda is exposed in deep sleep state. This is what is told to a waking state person. That means deep sleep state is not a state of ignorance as you think. Deep sleep state is a state of, is a nature of Brahman experienced by you, Brahman, not experienced by you, Brahman, because it's non-dual, there's no other in deep sleep. So in that way, the reality of deep sleep state is explained to him. It's another way of saying, somebody thinks wave, somebody knows about the wave. I have to tell him about water. So then I'll tell him, the wave is changing. Okay. The wave has name and form. The wave is made of essentially water. So the wave is nothing but water. I have to explain to him. So similarly, for a person who is in deep sleep, the way deep sleep is changing. Moda, Pramoda, Priya, Moda, Pramoda, these changing states are there. But what is appearing as changing state, that is Brahman. So Brahman alone is there. The appearance is changing. That I have to point out. That means deep sleep state is a state of this Brahman only is to be pointed out. Sat, Chit, Ananda, you are experiencing deep sleep state. But the deep sleep state is changing, that is superimposed on Brahman. So what is behind deep sleep state, or what is there in deep sleep is Brahman. So we have to point out to the deep person who is deep sleep, waking state person. The deep sleep state is not a state of ignorance as you think. Deep sleep state is nothing but Brahman. Wave is nothing but water. Necklace is nothing but gold. That is being pointed out to person. That's called one level of teaching. Then waking state person also has to understand deep sleep state is not a state of ignorance, and waking state is not a state of duality. The duality of the waking state has to go. How do you go through duality of the waking state? When you understand Tripudi is not there. The three-way split between Jnana, Jnatra, Jnaya is not there in the waking state. So then Tripudi goes. So the deep sleep is not a state of ignorance, and waking state is not a state of Tripudi, threefold split. How is that waking state is not a state of threefold split? Any experience has three aspects: knower, known, knowledge. Okay. So now the knower, known, knowledge is the labeling done by the mind. Okay. Mind gives a name, associates the form. That is naming. But the experience when it happens, it is non-dual. So if you love music, the music is not separate from you. You are the music. There's no singer and song and hearer. Everything becomes one. Those who do Nada Upasana, they know they are immersed in that music. The music, they become one with the music. There's no split, three-way split. The knower, known, knowledge split is not there. When the experience is happening, the experience alone is there. There's no Tripudi. But the experience of hearing can change to experience of seeing. Experience of changing can see to experience of touching. The experience itself is non-dual. Okay, but the experience keeps changing. What is changing is mithya. Then what is not changing in the experience? The knowing doesn't change. I know I'm hearing. I know I'm seeing. The knowing doesn't change. That knowing is satya, because knowing doesn't change. That knowing is atman. So that means any experience is mithya, but the knowing principle is satya. That is to be pointed out. So then what is there in the any waking state experience is non-dual. Then the duality comes because the mind gives the name. Mind says, this is the object, I am the subject, and this knower, known, knowledge is told by the mind. So now if you ask the question, what is the knower, what is the known, what is the knowledge? The knower is thought, known is thought, knowledge is also thought, created in the mind. And where did the thought appear? The thought appeared in awareness. And thought appeared and disappeared in awareness. What appears and disappears in awareness is mithya. Then what is there as awareness? Even the waking state experience is non-dual. So the teaching has to be given to the waking state personality. The waking is non-dual. The deep sleep is non-dual. Every changing state is mithya. It's unreal. It does not exist. Now, why we are speaking of waking state and deep sleep state, not dream state? Because there are only three states. There we have experienced three states: waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. For all practical purposes, there are only two states. The dream is clubbed with the waking state. We can have only two states, where there is no manifestation of world and where there is a manifestation of world. Where there is no manifestation of world, we can call it as deep sleep. Where there is manifestation of world, we can call waking state. The appearance. When the world appears, there are thoughts and the mind. When the world disappears, mind is dormant or mind is absent. So there are only two states: waking state and deep sleep state. So jnana is the deep sleep state where there is no thoughts. The Brahman alone is there. Deep sleep state is not a state of ignorance, but Brahman. Waking state is also a state of not of ignorance. It is Brahman only. We are confusing that because of the mind. So this is the teaching of teaching. Now from that perspective, Anandamaya Kosha, if you want to point out mithya, you are pointing out the changing nature of Anandamaya Kosha and ignorance. If you are pointing out satya, you are pointing out that Sat Chit Ananda alone is there in deep sleep. So this is my understanding. Any questions?
Wonderful, Prabhuji. In that context, that means Jnana means there are no three jivas. There is only one jiva. Vishwa, Tejasa, Prajna is not split into three. It is one actually. Then
it's all mithya, appearance.
All mithya.
Appearance. Appearance is unreal.
So Prajna is Ishvara. The saying is for the person with the knowledge.
Correct. So the process of knowledge starts by pointing out what is mithya and what is satya. Okay. The whom is the knowledge? For whom we are giving knowledge? There are three aspects of us: the karta, bhokta, and jnata. I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, and I am the knower. Right? So in each of these, there is a limitation: karta, bhokta, jnata. As a doer, I'm limited because I'm the body and I'm experiencing karma. Bhokta is I'm the experiencer. I'm happy, I'm unhappy. Jnata is I'm the knower. In all the three, Karta, Bhokta, Jnata, I'm limited. Why am Jnata is limited? My knowledge of anything is limited. If I know physics, I don't know chemistry. If I know chemistry, I don't know biology. If I know physics and chemistry, I don't know myself. So Jnata has a ignorance. Now, the Vedanta teaching, is it for Karta or Bhokta or Jnata? It is for Jnata. It is for the knower. Because the knower takes the form of doer. The knower takes the form of enjoyer. Okay. So let us say I am doing something. I am walking. Now, the walking is the change of position of the body. The body is changing, but the knowing principle doesn't change. The knowing principle is like a screen. The walking is like a movie of superimposed screen. The screen is not seen. The knower has become walking. Knower appears as walking. The knower appears as mind, experiencer. Okay. So then the knower says, oh, I experience something. There's a knower, known, knowledge. The knower experience is split into three: knower, known, knowledge by the mind. So in the entire thing, the knower is to be educated. Education is for Jnata. Now, what is the education for Jnata? Knower. Oh, my dear Jnata, you are there in the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, you are a Prajna. In the waking state, you are a Vishwa. In the dream state, you are a Taijasa. In the deep sleep state, as Prajna, you don't know about yourself, you don't know about the world. You are a knower, but you are in a dormant condition. Or rather, you are a inactive knower. Because to know something, your mind and intellect has to be active. You are a potential knower. The potential knower is called Prajna. Now, what is being pointed out to the waking state person? This teaching is always for the waking state person. Your innermost self is Brahman. I am Atma, Brahma is taught to him. The innermost self. Now, what is the innermost self? In the waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, what is unchanging is the innermost self. So that is awareness. So for him, or Sakshi, one who is observing the waking state, dream state, deep state, Sakshi is the unchanging. So for the person who are saying Pradna, Pradna is nothing but Sakshi. Okay, Pradna is nothing but you. You are a dormant knower. The knowing principle is only one, Sakshi. That appears as Pradna, that appears as Taijasa, and that appears as Vishwa. So a dormant condition, why dormant condition or deep sleep condition is taken? Because deep sleep condition is easier to understand. Aham Brahmasmi is easier to understand deep sleep state. Why? In the deep sleep state, there's bliss. In the deep sleep state, there's no duality. So that's why Aham Brahmasmi, I am Atma Brahma is told about the Pradna being Brahman. One who was in the dormant condition is none other than Sakshi. Because the light of Sakshi, awareness is then deep sleep state. I already told you why. So that guy is Brahman. Now it's a bit easier for you because in the waking state, I am Brahman to accept is very difficult. World is so big. In the deep sleep state, there's no duality. So I am Brahman becomes a little bit more easy to understand. Okay. So then who understands I am Brahman, the innermost self is called Pratyagatma. Pratyagatma is Brahman, is told. That is acceptable because in deep sleep, there's a bliss. Okay, what this waking state person doesn't know is that one who was in the deep sleep state, Pradna, alone appeared as a waking state, Jiva, Vishwa, Taijasa. That you don't know. So for him, the teaching is the Jnata, the knower in the Pradna, knower in the deep sleep state, knower in the waking state, knower in the dream state is the same knower who is nothing but the Sakshi, the witness.
Okay.
And that witness is Brahman. Now here we should not confuse. We should have clarity. The water appears as wave, ocean, and bubble. Bubble is water, wave is water, ocean is water. But water is not wave, water is not bubble, water is not ocean. The other way is not true. Similarly, Brahman is not Sakshi. Brahman is not Pradna. Brahman is not Turiya. The other way is not true. Brahman is not Vishwa. But Vishwa is Brahman, Taijasa is Brahman, Pradna is Brahman. Pradna is Sakshi, Sakshi is Brahman. So this is being taught in the Mandukya Upanishad.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So
Any
nice.
questions?
Prabhuji, namaste.
Namaste.
In your lecture day 12, you write that you are mentioning that